Okay, apparently, good morning. So maybe we can start now. Apparently, there are some questions about the way you submit your assignment. Some confusion about which is the assignment. Okay, I do make announcements in your Canvas. If there are things that needed clarification, it's always in your Canvas announcement. Regarding assignment that is posted on Canvas, these are the clue that separates one post from the other. If there are posts about reading materials, you're not required to submit anything. Those are materials that you need to read, reserved for some quizzes that will be announced meeting before the actual quiz. For example, the announcement about modes of learning. That is the very first activity. I have to put some points there because I would want everybody to really make up their mind and choose the final mode of learning that they want to really be into. It will close late this afternoon, so I hope for those who are not yet through with filling up their modes of learning, please do so. The first graded assignment is the MT1. Okay, the confusion lies, anong reference namin ma'am ng MT1? Okay, kung saan nakakabit yung mga matrix na yan, na article, dun lang yung reference nyo. Okay? Yung mga iba dyan sa assignment nyo, reading lang lahat yan naka-reserve para sa inyong mga quizzes. Do you get it? So, ang tanong is, ma'am, kailan po ba ang submission? Please try to look at the due date naman. Kasi hindi ko naman siya mapopost ng may conflict sa deadline. So, I've given ample time for you to really ponder on the article and how you're going to answer and go about. Diba, ang asynchronous natin is every second meeting of the week. So, we always have this Wednesday for our conference and discussion and lecture. Your Saturday is always been for your readings, for your Canvas assignments and others. If there are no assignment that are posted, therefore, wala kayong gagawin, magbabasa lang. Nakuha nyo ba? Okay. So, our lecture today is all about Asian regionalism. That is before I'll go to the lecture, do you have some questions? Please try to post it or you can unmute so that I can probably hear you say what you want to say. Ilagyan mo ba ng asin yan? Do you have some questions to clarify so that we can we can start with our new lesson? Or regarding the quiz that's not yet posted, but it's there. I have not opened it yet because I wouldn't want you to be overwhelmed with so many things that you want to work on. The reference of that quiz on Saturday. The reference of that quiz on Saturday is going to be that video where I was the one lecturing. So that is all about macroeconomics as a fundamental of economic development. Yun ang reference nyo na gagawin yung quiz sa Saturday. Naintindihan ba? Okay, now let's start with our lesson today if you have no question. Our lesson is about Asian regionalization. So what is all about ASEAN Asian regionalization. ASEAN regionalization is entirely different with ASEAN. Okay? When we talk of Asian regionalization, it is wider in scope than when we talk about ASEAN countries. I have some slides here, and I hope I can share it with you. Are you able to view the slides? Are you able to view the slides? I-share ko sa inyo ha. I-upload ko para para natutuntun nyo kung ano yung pinag-uusapan natin. Asian growth. Okay, this one. Okay, I posted in the chat box the PowerPoint that we're going to use today. It's quite long, but I don't intend to finish it in one setting because it will just be too much. Within that PowerPoint, there are certain videos that you can ponder on and understand the lesson well enough. To start with, of course, you have the objectives. And what's the objective of the lesson? It is at the end of the 60-minute discussion, the student should be able to differentiate between regionalization and globalization. I was saying a while ago that Asian regionalization is entirely different with ASEAN. When you talk of ASEAN, it is a component of about 10 to 11 countries, where the Philippines is included. When you talk of Asian region, however, it's a lot bigger. But when you talk of globalization, the more that the scope is a lot bigger than Asian. Because when you talk of globalization, that includes already the different regions of or economic organizations of the world, which includes NAFTA, includes EEC, and all other economic organizations where nations have to be bounded for certain control in terms of trade, politics, security, and all that. Anyway, all of that is included in the PowerPoint. Quite extensive because it's about 80 slides, but concentrate on what you can pick from it. Anyway, after today, I'm going to post this one so that you can go back and keep on reviewing it just in case there are points that you fail to understand. So, I've made mention about the difference already, and then identify the factors leading to a greater integration in the Asian nation. Analyze how different Asian states confront the challenges of globalization and regionalization. So, each organization is unique, knowing that they have certain peculiarities, they have certain needs that they need other organizations to support them. However, they are also a force to reckon with in terms of the market. Okay? When I say market, because ASEAN countries, ASEAN, when I say ASEAN, it's ASEAN. Because in ASEAN countries, this is an organization of 10 or 11 countries. But mind you, there is where the potential market of the industries of the world is present. With the population that we have, we may be tagged as countries of poor nations or organization of poor nations, but you have to understand the market is here. The labor, the well of labor can be found in the ASEAN countries. Okay? So what is regions? Regions are group of countries located in the same geographical a specific area. Okay, region can be combination of two regions. So when you talk of ASEAN and Asian countries, what does it mean? This is already an organization of two big organization. When you say EEC, what does it mean? European Economic Community or Council. So that is the organization in the European countries that includes Great Britain, which is now out of the picture because of the Brexit. Okay, Brexit. That includes Italy, Spain, Germany, and others. And then you have the NAFTA, which is North American Free Trade Association. That's another group or organization, economic organization in those regions. Regions can be combination of more than two regions organized to regulate and oversee flows and policy order. Okay, let me share you this one. Did all of you able to open the PowerPoint? May I ask? Are you able to see the PowerPoint? Ma'am, hindi po. Oh, what happened? Sige. Let me share. No po. Okay, this one. Okay, nakikita nyo na ba? Nandiyan sa ano nyo, sa chat box nyo, you please try to open the nakikita na. Okay, who can share with the whole class slide number 4? Can somebody please share slide number 4? You can see the difference between Asians and ASEAN. These are two economies. These are two organizations. You can do it. Okay. So, we share slide number 4. Okay na ba? May nakikita na kayong slide number 4? Okay. You want me to I just want somebody to share with everyone. There might have been some difference if it's going to be coming from you. Ma'am, yung sinend nyo po dito na link, hindi po ma-open. Which link is it? But others were able to view it already. Would you want me to play as a very short video about the PowerPoint that I'm showing you? It's all about Asian versus ASEANs. Okay, here. Please let me know if you can hear it, okay? Wala pong sound. Yun ang sinasabi ko. Can somebody share slide number 4 instead of me sharing it to you. Pwede bang yung iba ang mag-share? Just share your screen. Camille, can you do it? Baka pwede ikaw mag-share, anak. No, it's actually not in the YouTube. It's my so you mean the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint. Ay, wala kang PowerPoint. Hindi ko pa pinopost kasi part ng lecture nga yun. Sino ang pwede? How about Elma Lu? But Camille, if you're going to share it coming from YouTube, this particular video, can you do it? Okay. ASEAN versus Asians or Asians versus ASEAN. Okay, sige. So, while we are waiting for Camille, maybe we can, Miguel David Tamayo. Miguel, were you able to look for it? Can you share your screen for everyone? Well, okay, thank you. Okay, there is it. We can view now. No. Bakit kaya ayaw? Anyway, uh, maybe you can just view that later. I'll share naman the video with you. I think we just have to do some rundown here on some more of the slides about the, uh, the the video actually is a comparison between the ASEAN countries and Asian countries, and with 19 indicators of comparison. So you have there the corruption index, human development index, education, their nominal GDP, so on and so forth. Anyway, you can view that in your own time. We can proceed with our discussion. So, what is regionalization? What do you think are some of the most important reasons or purposes why uh, countries have to be organized? What benefit can countries get out of binding themselves together? Pwedeng easier exchange of trade. Of course, that's one of them. That's why they organize, because they would want to share their produce with other countries. That's correct. Aside from that, uh, we're talking here of the importance or the benefit of why countries should really bind themselves together in an organization. Aside from the exchange of trade, what else? You just have to look at us, our country, and our neighboring countries. What benefit do we get out of the organization that we have, the ASEAN countries? You can unmute, and then you can raise your hands. You can click the raising of hand icon, and then you can share your thoughts about it. Aside from the economic reason, what else? Ano pa? Jan, what do you think? What do you think might be the reason why countries need to bind aside from trade? Are there something more? Am I still talking to students who are in front of me listening to the lecture, or some have run away? Miss Palason, tumakbo na siya. Ano nangyari kay Miss Palason? Laika Camille? Yes, Miggy, meron sa akin. Ano yun? Ano meron sa'yo? Ay, nawala. Sus Marioso. Oh. Wala po. Ano sa palagay nyo, aside from yung sa trade? Nasi-share ba yung PowerPoint sa inyo? Nakikita nyo ba? Nasa slide number 5 na tayo. Ayun, nandito sa sa lecture box. Bakit kailangan ang countries mag-organize? Okay. Sabi ng kaklase nyo, to facilitate exchange of trade. Tama. That is economic. Now, what are some of the reasons why countries need to bind together, need to organize? What benefit do they get aside from the economic benefit? What else? Okay, for security reason. Okay? Our organization is always been anchored on securing the region. That's why we exchange intelligence gathering. We join together to combat terrorism. Okay?
Makatulog?
Sandali lang.
Wait, makungo.
Paano ako matutulog? Paano mo nga yung kwarto na doon na kahit na ano dad? Saan ako pwede magturo para makatulog sila? Uli, lagyan mo ng earphone yung ano mo, yung tenga mo, anak. O patayin na lang yung ano dad, patayin na lang yung ano, ilaw. Kaya lang ang dilim. Okay, pasensya na sa intervention ha. Okay, aside from that security, what else? Do you see some more benefits that these countries get? Trade, you've made mention about securing the country for peace. What else? Ay, nakamute ako, sorry. Okay. O, hindi na ako mute. Ano pa? You talk about security, you talk about trade, ano pa? On the human society side, ano ang benefit natin? Sa social welfare, anong ano natin? Ano ang benefit natin? These countries are open to accept our labor, di ba? So the labor market is wide open for a lot of takers. So that is one very important attributes of regionalization or the organization of these countries. If you're going to notice, yung iba nga kahit illegal, they're just going to have a boat ride coming from Mindanao, going to Sabah, and then they have opportunities there already, aside from the trade that they bring there. Okay, Asian countries is open in terms of accepting workers. So, in terms of labor, meron tayong mapupuntahan na pagtatrabahuan ng mga tao. Kasi, gaya ng Pilipinas, medyo mahigpit yung opportunities ng mga naghahanap ng trabaho. Yan kasing itlog, pangpalaman nila sa tinapay dyan sa din mamaya. Kaya dinagdagan ko. Okay? Next. Naka-unmute. Okay, Rachel, naka-mute po kayo. Hindi naman na naka-mute. Meron lang akong minsan nakakalabit ko tapos nag-mute siya. Okay, so those are the benefit. Now, can a country live in isolation? Can a country stand alone without the neighboring countries? Can you name one country that is very close It doesn't deal with neighboring countries. It doesn't deal with other countries. Yeah, I agree with you, but you have to understand North Korea still deal with China. Right? So, North Korea is also dependent on the support of China. And of all the countries in our neighboring region, why is it that North Korea have to deal with China when there are other countries that can support them also? Why? What do you think may be the reason why? Sometimes you can attribute it to their ideology. Okay? It is Xi Jinping who's always been very friendly to North Korea because, okay, if you're going to read some articles, classified articles, because it's always North Korea who's all too willing to be used by China. Pag sinabi ng China, naiinis ako sa country na ito, subukan mo ngang bigyan ng isang bomba para madala. Bully kasi ang North Korea. Okay? Kaya magkatugma sila ng China. I'm not saying that China is not a good country because it's very helpful naman with countries with our country's need. And our government is being so friendly with them too. Even if they're trying to claim some of our islands. So you know that story. Right? But why do we still have to deal with them? Why do we still have to deal with China regardless of the fact that they claim some of or parts of our country? Sa palagay nyo, bakit kailangan pa natin maging friendly sa kanila? Because they have the biggest market of the world. They are 1.3 billion people. So, ang produkto natin, pwede nating dalhin sa kanila. Bibili lang sila ng saging sa atin, kahit na tig-iisa bawat Chinese, 1.3 billion na saging ang pwede nating ibigay sa kanila. Paano kung 2 saging pa ang konsumo nila? And so, with other agricultural produce that we have market in China. Kaya hindi kayang-kayang bitawan ng Pilipinas because of economic reason. Okay? Aside from the fact that China is well-armed, tayo ba, makakapunta ba tayo sa giyera nang ganito lang yung mga armas natin? Di, kayang-kaya tayong tunawin ng China, di ba? So, we still have to deal with them regardless. Yung tinatawag nating protracted peace. Okay? Okay lang yung tinatawag nating protracted peace. Na at least, hindi natin tinatalikuran yung problema, pero hindi din natin tinatalikuran na kailangan we have to work together. So, those are some rationale on why countries really have to bind together. Kahit naman sa Malaysia, meron din tayong indifference sa kanila. Remember Sabah Island? That is supposedly ours. Okay? Pero bakit napunta sa kanila? Malaking kwento pa yan. But Sabah Island is part of the Philippines but was claimed by Malaysia. And when the Marcos government tries to claim it back, then somebody was a traitor. Okay? And squealed the plan of our government to get back Sabah. So, medyo maraming namatay na sundalo dahilan sa may nagtraidor na isang Pilipino. Okay? So, going further, you will notice that when there are calamities, what usually are the support that we get from countries? They help us too. They donate. They send us a lot of goods for the victims of typhoon, earthquake. Okay, makikita nyo, hindi na lang Asian countries ang tumutulong din. Lahat ng nations of the world. Lalo na yung Yolanda, yun ang nakikita nyo. And even what happened to Maguindanao, right? Yung gerang nangyari doon. Who's helping? Okay. Number one, you have US. Of course, China is there. Hindi naman tayo pinababayaan ng China. Hindi din tayo pinapabayaan ng US. Kaya lang, naging passive ang US previously. Okay? Naging passive sa pangangailangan natin. Kaya nainis ang government natin, naging kinaibigan niya mismo ang China. So ngayon, protracted peace, huwag po nang mag-away. We have to talk of development and the improvement on the life of people. Okay. Japan is a very good ally. Okay. Pag nagbibigay ng overseas, yung tinasabi na ODA, Overseas Development Assistance ang Japan, usually yan libre. Yung ibang country, pag nagbibigay ng aid, in the form of loans. So, babayaran pa natin kahit ba maliit ang interest niyan, in the long run, it's still a credit. Okay? Nakuha niyo ba, class? When we talk of regionalization, alin ang mas malawak? Regionalization or yung globalization? Kasi papunta na tayo sa globalization ngayon. What do you understand by globalization? Can somebody please say something? What does globalization mean to you? Interconnection between countries. Yes. And why do we have to interconnect? With the advent of technology, United States is no longer that very far. Other countries are no longer that very far. You can see them real time. Okay? And you are able to taste the food of the other countries because they bring it to us. And so with our products, we bring it to other countries also. What benefit and what disadvantage does globalization brings to an economy like ours? Sa palagay nyo, ano ang benefit na nakukuha natin sa globalization? Meron ba? Ano ang disadvantage naman natin na nakukuha sa globalization? Disadvantage po, hindi nakakasabay ang third world countries sa pag-angat. Okay? That can be true, but there are different schools of thought because the rationale of globalization is like this. For richer countries, they are able to make use of the smaller countries as suppliers of raw materials, especially to agricultural countries. So, nagkakaroon ng market ang agricultural countries ng mahihirap. Okay? And they bring that to the first world countries. Minamanufacture ngayon ng malalaking country yan. Ang problema, itong malalaking country, pag in-industrialize niya na yung raw materials, yung mga agricultural products natin, ibabalik din sa atin, pero mas mahal na. Okay? Bakit ibinabalik din sa atin? Kasi, nandito nga yung market. At kung production ng magpuproduce siya ng magpuproduce ng marami, wala din namang maraming bibili sa kanya kasi population-wise, wala siyang market. Aging ang population ng mga rich countries. Nasa ASEAN region ang pinakamalalaking market ng goods and services. O sinong nakikinabang ngayon? Binili niya sa atin ng mura, in-industrialize niya, ibabalik sa atin mahal na. Okay, would you want to remain to be an agricultural country producing raw materials for the world? Of course not. So, the proper way to look at it is look at how our economic should grow double. Did you get it? Dapat kung mag-grow ang economy natin, it should be doubled. O, anong ibig sabihin ng doubled? Para maramdaman ng lahat na may growth ang economy natin, kailangan doblehin pa natin ang growth natin. Sana papunta na tayo doon. Nagkaroon ng pandemic. Paano yan? Di umatras tayo ulit. Sabi nga, we are a shining star in Asia because our economy was doing fine, ganyan. Tapos dumating yung pandemya. Gumuho lahat ng pangarap natin. We are back to picking up pieces and putting them back, and we're trying to drive the economy as fast as it should be. Pero nabangga tayo ng pandemic. So, umastras ngayon bumalentong ngayon yung tiger natin. Paano ba yan? Nung bumalentong yung tiger natin, nakalas-kalas yung buto niya, anong gagawin ng nasa ICU siya ngayon? Dahil pandemic pa nga. Anong gagawin ng mga economists natin? Pagdudugtong-dugtungin ulit yung mga nakalas na buto. Kaya pang para mabuhay ulit. And it takes sometimes for its recovery. That is how you will describe the economy at present. Did you understand? Can you share something? So you can unmute and you can share something so that I'll get to hear from you. You can unmute. Who will share? You can raise your hands and then say something. Are you still there? Dear student? Nandiyan pa ba kayo? Yes, okay. Share your thoughts about our discussion. Ano ang pwede nyong i-share? Kahit na yung relationship natin with other countries. Not just about trade, not just about peace and order, not just about securing our country from terrorism. Is there any? Na yata ako, magra-random call na yata ako. You want me to call you one by one? Naantok pa ba kayo? Aldrin, Jan, Rianyo, what can you say? Are you there? Hala, wala man lang. Wala yata si Aldrin. Nagbukas lang ng in a call. How about Amory Salvador? Yes. Oh, what can you share? Okay. The availability of jobs for the yes. uh, so you're given an opportunity to contribute something for the world. Is that what you mean? Okay. Oh, how about I'm going back to how about Kyle, Christian, Chico? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you because we have opened our country to tourists, and there are a lot. And mind you, tourism is one important sector of the government that brings in a lot of revenue. Okay. Oh, how about Samantha? Samantha Chien, are you there? Wala yata. Jan Erwin Dapol, what can you say? Yes. You mean North Korea because uh, South Korea is already a democratic country. Okay, so they are joining hands in trying to manufacture something they can use for war against their enemies. Next, Alisa Veronica. Mm-mm. Oo nga, I agree with you. Okay, very good. How about Laika, Camille? Ay, wala si Laika. Miguel, David, Tamayo. Can you share something? Yes. Countries which are member of the organization. Mhm. Okay. Oh, how about sandali ah. How about Ro- Roma, Ina? How about Roma, Ina? Hala, wala. Maria El Malu. They seem to be not around. And then Aldrin, again, this is the third time I'm calling the name. That seems like not around. And then Sherilyn Bacaron. Sherilyn. Ay, naku, wala din. Princess Lacunsay. Ayaw gumana mic ko. Okay. You can key in your comments dito sa chat box pag hindi kayo makaano ng microphone nyo. Sira, yes. Okay. And then we have Unique Salvador. Yes. Can you say something about the... Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, thank you for that. Who else? Who would still want to contribute something? Yes. Come on. Sira yung mic ng laptop mo. Anong ginamit mo ngayon? Cellphone. Okay. Sige. Oh, what can you share? Because of the leadership. So it has something to do with leadership. Even if I think somebody is trying to butt in. Continue on if you want to share something. More than the resources that we have, let me tell you, more than the resources that we have, it's also important that leadership is good and able to do a lot of things more than what others can do. Okay, kahit na marami tayong resources, kung hindi tama yung pamamalakad, it will just go to waste. So if you're going to look at the benefit in terms of areas of culture, okay, we can understand better the culture of other people, and that it diminishes the kind of discrimination. It diminishes discrimination against other culture. And then in terms of economics, you have trade, you have business, finances, that those are some of the benefits. In terms of security, however, we try to bind each other and exchange intelligences to avoid being penetrated by terrorists. Okay. How about the escalation of drugs, which is our primordial problem in the Philippines? Did it open our market to drugs, or it closes the market for these drugs? Dumami ba lalo ang supply ng drugs, or kahit pa paano na limit naman? Ah,
Kasama daw po yung daming kasi dito sa
Ha?
yung daming pants daw po. Piniklap daw kahapon. Makita na pala natin, hindi pa sinabi. Ay, baka eh. Ito nga.
Sabi kasi niyan.
lalong dumami yung drugs kasi nag-open yung ang dami naman na nating nahuhuli sa drugs, pero naging mas lucrative kasi nagmahal ang presyo, ganun ba? Tungkol naman po sa palitan ng goods, isa po sa disadvantage is yung price po, lalo na pag kailangan na lalo na pag kailangan na ng bansa ay siya namang pagtaas ng presyo. Advantage naman po is nakikilala po tayo dahil sa barter po. May barter ba tayo? Rachel? Exchange of goods and services. Alam mo, ang barter system is entirely different with the way we do business now. Because we conduct business and it is a system of balance of payments and balance of trade. Hindi na masyado yung barter system sa atin, yung goods in exchange for another goods. You call that already a balance of trade. Pero kung yung goods and na prepresyohan mo, you call that balance of payment. Import and export po pala. Okay, sige. So, with that, let me share with you some more slides before, so that we can touch on one important component of our lecture today, which is the globalization. We are through with regionalization now. I want you to watch again video number 7. Sinong naka-open ng PowerPoint natin, baka pwede nyong i-share yung video number 7. Can somebody do it for us? For me po, yung flow ng technology mas na-improve dahil sa globalization. That's correct. Shaina, Faith, Chloe. Okay. At ang impact po nito sa Pilipinas ay nagbibigay ng positive effect na mas tumulong para ma-increase ang economy ng bansa. That's correct. Import and export. Okay, who can share the slide number 7? Sino medyo techie dyan? Can somebody share video number 7? Kasi kung ako magbubukas, baka hindi nyo marinig ulit. O, sige. I'm opening it. I hope you can hear the sound. Naririnig nyo ba? Do you hear it? Ay, Diyos ko, hindi. Hindi naririnig. No po, hindi po. Okay, but you are able to open your PowerPoint, right? It's posted in your chat box. Okay, if you don't get to hear it, anyway, I'll just post it in your canvas for you to review. But next meeting, you will have a quiz about the last lecture that we had. Okay? Magkakaroon kayo ng quiz sa Saturday based doon sa lecture, yung nasa video ako. Okay ba? Tapos ito, tatapusin natin. I'm just going to post it. Please try to review and then recitation na lang tayo sa next meeting. Nakuha nyo ba? Quiz tayo sa Saturday. Ano ang reference ng quiz nyo ulit? It's going to be the ones that I am on the video discussing about the fundamentals of economic development, which is macroeconomics. Take control. Oh, ayan oh. Nabubuksan na siya. Ayan, na-upload na. Oh. Share, disabled private viewing. Get view through the shared presentation on your own. I think there are just so much that we can discuss about. Please try to browse your PowerPoint. There are certain videos there, open it, tapos recitation tayo sa Wednesday next week. Okay ba? Mag-graded recitation tayo next week. So you have ample time to browse itong discussion natin ngayon. Marami pa siya kasi. Who's trying to share with us the Asian download lecture content? Okay. Anong nakikita nyo sa screen nyo, class? Okay po, ma'am, noted. Like, princess. Yes, ma'am. What do you get to see in your screen? Yung folder lang, pero hindi yung video. Hindi pa. Sige, ang gagawin ko na lang is ipopost ko na lang. Kaya lang tapusin ko muna yung yung araw na to kasi hanggang mamaya yung lecture ko. Pero ipopost ko siya para mahaba yung time na pagre-review nyo sa kanya. Wednesday next week is your graded recitation. So I'm going to call on you one by one. Do you get it? Clarify ko lang po. Yung recitation po next meeting is about the PowerPoint ngayon. Okay. Miguel, ang reference ng graded recitation next week is going to be this PowerPoint. Comprehensive economic growth. Okay? So, dito ko kukunin lahat ng tanong ko. Nakuha nyo ba? O ano pang mga clarification? Pero yung quiz nyo sa Saturday, ang reference noon ay yung video na ako yung nagdadaldal. Okay po? Noted po, ma'am. Okay. Sana yung iba umattend. If you are mixed online, I hope you all attend so that when I'll get to call on you, you can recite. Is that all right? Can you please open your camera now so that I'll have a record of it? Okay. Hindi ka natawag ngayon, Miss Rachel, no? Sige, sa susunod matatawag ka na. Hi, Camille. And then you have Miguel here. And then you have Laika. Okay, Alice. Oo nga. Nabasa ko nga dito. Ayan. Okay po, ma'am. Noted. Then, so there are those who share their thoughts, their ideas about the discussion. But I would like you to browse your PowerPoint. That's quite lengthy, but you have all what it takes to know about regionalization and globalization. I would have wanted to show you one last slide, but then maybe you can have that in your own viewing so that you'll not be in a difficult situation when you cannot, when it's being flashed and you can't view it. And I still would want some students to volunteer on who would want to discuss about the models of development. Who would like to volunteer? Lagay ang section, i-message nyo ako, lagay nyo yung section at saka kung anong model ang gusto nyong i-discuss. What are the models of development na binibigay ko as assignment? You have Harrod-Domar model, Harrod-Domar, you have Rostow, you have Lewis model, you have dependency theory, balanced growth theory. 5 yan. Sino ang gustong mag-discuss ng isa? Basta you indicate ano ang take doon. Surprise. Di ko pa sasabihin. Gusto ko may taker muna. Okay? O sige, kumain na nga kayo. Mag-almusal na kayo. Okay? Mukhang inaantok pa si Miguel. Ha? Namumungay ang mata. Si Kyle naman, no? Kanina nagtatago si Kyle, no? Hindi naman. Okay. Rachel, Kalino, okay. Sige. Prepare kayo yung sa quiz natin, ha? Multiple choice lang yon. So, hindi ko uubusin yung 1.5 hour doon. Pag nagsimula kayo, you have 15 minutes to work on your quiz. 15 minutes lang. So, pag nagsimula kayo ng 8, ibig sabihin, 8:15 dapat sarado na. Pag nagsimula kayo ng 7:45, 8 o'clock tapos na. Kasi multiple choice lang eh. Or you want it a little bit longer. Ay, sige, hindi kayo nakikipag-bargain. Hindi ko i-adjust yung time. Ay, may sasalita talaga. Kailangan pala magsalita. Dapat parunong kayo makipag-bargain, ha? Okay. A little bit longer, sige. I'll try to note that. But make sure to watch some of our discussion in the video. Yung ako ang daldal ng daldal at makulit. Doon ang reference natin ng yung first quiz nyo. Are you through with your MT1? Ano ulit yung tatandaan nyo pag may kailangan kayong isubmit? Yung may MT. Midterm Assessment 1. Susunod na yung Midterm Assessment 2. Okay? Tapos yung mga quizzes, yun, kailangan yung i-comply yung mga yon. So, lahat na yung nakikita nyo other than that. Kung walang MT, or FT, pag sa finals kasi FT naman. Kung walang MT, wala kayong isasubmit, babasahin nyo lang. Tapos, madadagdagan information nyo para sa quiz. Okay. There is also this book that is sent to me by the Dean's Office. Kayo, kung gusto nyong bumili, this is the economic development that was sent to me. Ito daw yung prescribed textbook nyo. Kukuha naman ako ng konti dito sa chapter 1. Ng konting questions. Sa CNE, according to Miss Lapus. Kaya lang, hindi ko alam kung merong CNE dyan sa inyo. But what I can assure you is that lahat naman ng topics ay nabibigay naman na available dyan sa mga pinopost ko. Nabuksan nyo na ba yung module nyo? Yung sa module nyo, ang daming reading materials doon na wala sa libro. Okay? So, expect that what I've been sharing you is something that is not in your book. Because if it's in the book, you can read it. Natural kung nababasa nyo na, hindi ko na uulitin. I will not undermine your understanding about what you're reading. Do you get it? So, ang pwede ko ibigay sa inyo, yung hindi pa nadidiscuss ng libro. Kasi kung nadiscuss na ng libro, I am confident that you understood it well. Okay? Pagwapo ng pagwapo tong mga to eh. Ha? Si John Erwin Dapol. O, sige. Kumain na kayo ng almusal. Thank you for coming. And I hope I'll get to see you again in our next conference, which is graded recitation. O, yung mga magbo-volunteer ha, 5 na economic development model. So, ano ang makukuha nyo doon? Surprise! I want somebody to take it first before I'll tell you what you will get in return. Okay? Thank you! Bye-bye! O, sige, eat your breakfast na. Thank you. Okay, thank you too.